We're in Elstree,
Yes.
a place you're very, very familiar
The
with.
glamorous Elstree, yes.
Was it weird coming back, but obviously going not to the EastEnders set, but coming to the Holby set?
Do you know, it wasn't. I thought it was going to be very, very odd, but it hasn't been. It feels like a totally different place. It's on the other side of the sort of unit here, so it feels very separate, and it doesn't feel like I'm sort of back at EastEnders Elstree at all. It feels like a different job, so it's great.
This is a totally different job. You're now playing Registrar Isaac Mayfield.
Yeah.
What can you tell us about him?
Right, well, he comes in and, well, the first time you see him, he's already met Dom. So you miss out on the night that they've met, encountered and hooked up. They've had a one-nighter. And Dom has lied to him about his profession. And then, of course, Isaac rocks up on the ward on the following morning. And so Dom has to deal with that. But he is, he's a surgeon, he's professional, he's cocky, he's very good at his job, supremely confident, and maybe a little too confident, bordering on arrogant, yeah.
How does Dom feel about working with Isaac when he arrives?
Well, I think he's supremely reticent because I think Dom's history is checkered. Not that Isaac knows any of that, but he's had a tough time of it. So I think the possibility or the potential of having to work with somebody who he's had this one-night hookup with, I think he wanted the one-nighter and then bye-bye. And unfortunately, it's not going to work that way because the two of them are then forced to work together as a team.
Does Dom get used to having Isaac around?
He does get used to him having him around, yeah. And then the two of them, what develops is, I think, a sort of a kind of romance, which I think is due mainly to Isaac's persistence and Dom sort of eventually caving in.
Why is he so persistent? What does he like about Dom?
I think Isaac's one of those guys that if he sees something, wants it, he's going to have it. So he makes a beeline for him because, it's fun.
So it does become more than a one-night stand then?
It does, yeah.
Syed, your character in EastEnders, was very confused and struggled with his sexuality. Would you say Isaac's confident with being gay?
It's incidental. It doesn't define him at all. He's a really confident out man who doesn't, he's not conflicted or confused about who he is. And that's actually really refreshing because the struggle, although that was really, really fun to play, and that was Syed really, the struggle with wanting his religion and his sexuality to coexist. But with Isaac, as I said, it's incidental, it's part of his makeup, but it doesn't define who he is as a person at all, which is quite interesting. He's not bothered by what anybody thinks about him.
This is a very different look for you also, and completely different to Syed. Was that something you sort of embraced?
It was something I embraced, but it wasn't something I planned for this job, it wasn't something that happened as a result of this job. I actually chopped all the locks off prior to the audition for this, because I was doing a theatre job up north where I had floppy hair, I was playing a prince, and I just decided it was time to get rid of it because the hairspray and the gel matted into my hair night in, night out. I was just like, right, it's coming off. And I've discovered quite a few greys underneath as well, which is quite nice. So I've gone from playing I think Syed joined age 26 to now I have to accept I'm mid-30s. The greys reveal it, if nothing else.
Have you always wanted to play a doctor?
Yeah. Doctor and detective, they're on the list.
Why?
I don't know, power I suppose, isn't it? It's that power thing. It's like, well, going back to Syed, I mean, he was just a bit of a loser, wasn't he, really? I mean, not successful in business, not successful in relationships, a bit sort of like upset, boyish, all over the place. And what's nice about this guy is he's very assured and very capable, and he's a professional, which is what Syed always dreamed of being. But this guy is, and he's an alpha, which is interesting.
And you get to pretend to be a real life doctor.
Yeah, you get to play around with scalpels and do laparoscopic surgery. I couldn't even say surgery, geez. Laparoscopic surgery, which is what I shall be doing tomorrow.
Is that the longest word you've had to say?
No, I had to say parathyroidectomy. Geez. I haven't actually had anything too tricky as yet. Parathyroidectomy is about the worst. But I'm looking forward to them bringing it on. It's when you get reams, a huge chunk of medical vocabulary. Yeah, I'm sort of dreading that.
So are they like tongue twisters almost?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just like spleen, heart, lungs. That really easy, really simple, that sort of stuff, yeah.